Well, welcome to the spring of 2018 cargo trailer to camper conversion video. I will be replying to comments that you have left on my videos, as well as other comments that I've had on the social media in regarding to the cargo trailer to camper conversion. Why are the windows up so high? Well, the oval window is up high for the reason of being, one, hot air rises, and in the summertime you can put a small fan in that window and it sucks out the hot air from inside the trailer. Two, it's up that high because, well, it's way above the 6 foot mark, so probably about 98% of the people in the campground aren't going to be able to look inside my trailer. Why is the emergency exit window on the same side as the door? Yes, maybe the emergency exit should be on the opposite side of the trailer, away from the door. However, when I park my trailer, it's within the right side of the trailer, facing inward toward my campsite or camping area. The emergency exit will always be facing away from any possible obstructions, whether it's a vehicle or whether it's a tree or whatever, so it can swing open and you can get out. Now, of course, I am equipped with fire extinguishers, so if something does arise, I can still get out that front door, or definitely out that emergency exit. And don't forget, I do have those two big back doors that do swing open that I can get out, of course. Why isn't the bed on a piano hinge to lift up for extra storage? Well, when I wanted to build the bed, I wanted it to be comfortable, wanted it to be strong, and I wanted to be able to get out of the bed without feeling like you're sleeping on the floor. And so I used a standard double residential bed, just like you'd find in your home, with a box spring. So I know it does add extra weight, and in the perfect world, yes, you would use the underside of the bed as storage, like on a piano hinge. You'd lift up the mattress, and underneath you'd have all your, lawn chairs or whatever. However, with the back doors the way they are, I can easily open the back doors and get at my stuff underneath my bed. 99% of the stuff that I store under the bed will be housed in the cupboards or, closets or whatever when I am camping. So the only thing that really will reside under the bed will be like the two lawn chairs, the cook stove, and maybe the axes or so. So there is nothing underneath that bed that I need access to while I am inside the trailer. Why did I build the bed out of such heavy material? Well, of course, I wanted to have a pretty stout bed. I've had flimsy beds in the past, and I always end up having to buy or build new ones. Nothing is worse than waking up at 5 in the morning because you had a bed malfunction. I know there is the extra weight of the box spring, extra weight of the 2x4s, and the 1/2 inch pine plywood, but a little bit extra weight goes a long way when it comes to having to rebuild something because you messed up the first time. Well, why did I choose the trailer I did? One, it weighed 1,650 pounds dry sitting on the lot. Two, it's an all aluminum trailer, so it keeps the weight way down and will not rust. Three, the dealership was very easy to deal with and had a good website. What are my future plans with this trailer? Well, this season and ongoing seasons, it all depends on how things go. I would like to do some building on the trailer this year, but I haven't decided what to do. If I should work with the trailer this year and instead of using it, if I should tear it apart and start from scratch and do it right. However, the downside of doing it this way is I will lose the use of the season from the trailer, and I may not be able to get it done this season at all for the season of 2019. So right now, the way it is perfectly usable, and I can work on it in my spare time. Is there insulation in the walls of my trailer? Well, we had discussed putting insulation in the walls at the dealership or factory level because majority of the walls would have been open when they installed the windows and the door. They had to cut, weld, and all that stuff for new supports. However, due to a miscommunication, that did not happen. Am I planning on insulating the walls of the trailer? Well, yes, I am planning on insulating the walls, roof, and floor. However, it's going to be an ongoing project. It's going to be a complete teardown, and I'll get rid of the economy grade plywood that is on the trailer and put something better when I resheet it, like pine, birch, or so on. Why have I started to build the trailer and not done it right the first time? Kind of like I had said earlier. Well, if I would have waited for the money and waited for the time to have done the trailer, it would be still sitting in its raw state, just like I brought it home a year ago. However, I bought this trailer pretty much ready to use, per se. I could have thrown an air mattress on the floor and went camping the very next day. Everything was done to the point where I could use it on this here trailer. And all I had to do was, enjoy it. And that's what I wanted. Is the trailer going to have electricity or any of the other amenities? Well, when I camp, I don't really like a lot of fanciness. I kind of go a little bit primitive, as the term is thrown around. I don't really use electricity in the trailer. I don't really use plumbing. I don't really have or use appliances. I have my own stove and my own ice chest cooler. You know, the one you put ice in, and the only electricity that I really use is via an extension cord that runs from the campsite into the trailer for the plug-in cooler. If I ever did it again, would I change anything different? Well, it's the trailer, whether it's the trailer itself or, the building up to this point. Well, the trailer is almost perfect the way it is. I did take my time when I was shopping for a trailer, deciding the placement of the windows and the door, the roof vent, the lights, stuff like that. If I ever did buy again, I may, get something a foot or two larger because, naturally, bigger is better, right? Maybe I would order it without the back door. However, I have plans that the back door to be functional, whether it be accessed storage or a way to get the hot air out of the trailer on a hot day. It's not a total waste to have storage underneath the bed because it does come in handy. Having tandem axles sure does take the weight off the truck. Having an extra 8 inches of headroom does come in handy. You're not banging your head on the roof. And keeping in mind hot air rises, so if you've got a heat pocket at the top of the trailer, that extra 8 inches or so is above your head, so you really don't feel the heat. An all aluminum trailer does cut back on weight and does really make for a pretty looking trailer. Am I happy with the quality of the trailer? The way it was manufactured and put together? Yes, I am. Being it was a manufactured unit meant for utility use, there are some deficiencies. Example, the plywood again is a utility grade plywood on the inside, so some of it was a bit rough, some knot holes I had to fill, some of the staples they used to hold the plywood on weren't, just general little things. Some of the manufacturing processes, like squaring the trailer before they welded it in place for the final time, could have been a little better. There are a few deficiencies with the exterior of the trailer, whether it happened during shipping or maybe on their yard, like possibly rock chips or so. And there is some rocker guard peeling in the wheel wells. But, that's all minor, right? It's going to be a lot worse time I'm done with it. I can respray that rocker guard. 1 or 2 hailstorms is going to be dents in the trailer anyway. It's just the way she goes. Now, if it was a purposely built trailer, purposely built to be an RV, then yeah, I would have made sure they took more time building it, the basic framework. Skinning it better, using better plywood. But I just bought the trailer off the lot and had them customize it. There was no fanciness, no extra time waiting for it to be built. Just kind of, this is the one I want, this is where I want my windows, see you in a few weeks. What company did you buy your trailer from, and what brand is it? The trailer is a Forest River trailer. I believe they are made by Cargomate. The dealership I bought it from is out of High River, Alberta. The company name is called Factory Outlet Trailers. They are on the internet if you search them. They have a great website, very detailed. They specialize in all sorts of trailers. Everything from landscaping trailers, quad trailers, snow machine trailers, cargo trailers, and they build like concession trailers and custom units. So they were most definitely the person I would choose. I've never dealt with a business like these people. I had to electronically transfer money. They were very good at talking me through that, very good at helping me out there, and I would definitely be returning to them in the future when I buy another trailer. Why did I choose a tandem axle trailer? Well, obviously, like I said before, tandem axle trailers are more stable because of the second axle. It splits the weight between the trailer and the tongue. It carries the tongue weight way better than a single axle trailer. Why didn't I choose one that was shorter, as in less headroom? Then I would not have to purchase a new vehicle. Yes, if I would have chose one that had a 6-foot interior height or shorter, then there would have been less wind resistance, behind my truck. Towing it with a 6-cylinder truck, a trailer of this size, this weight, which is not really that heavy, looked good on paper. However, eventually I had to take the step to buy an 8-cylinder truck, and you might as well do it for a good reason. So I took the step, here we are, and now we can build this here trailer the way I had originally visioned to build it. Why is the trailer so big just for one person and a simple setup? Well, I did have a fiberglass trailer similar to a bowler. It was about 5'8" tall as well as about 5 foot wide. I could not lay down in the bed without my head touching one wall and my feet touching another. And it was probably only 13 feet long in the cab area and 15 feet from bumper to coupler. I know that was a very small trailer. However, I figured if I was going to build my own, I would do slightly larger and go from there. What appliances am I going to have in this trailer? Well, at this time, I don't really have plans for appliances. I don't really like cooking in my trailer, per se. I cook outside. I may have a bar fridge in there if I really wanted to get fancy. However, my ice chest works quite fine and is very simple, does not take up a lot of room, does not really have a lot of weight, and does not use power. And if my ice chest breaks for whatever reason, it's easy to replace. You just go down to the big box retail and buy another one. As for a furnace, I don't really camp late in the season or early in the season, so there is no really need for supplemental heat. A microwave is kind of on the agenda, maybe. It's nice to cook popcorn with. but it's not really necessary. Again, I cook outside, so all that kitchen type stuff can be done outside, and it just leaves you with more room on the inside of the trailer. Keep in mind when it comes to fall, right? You have to winterize the trailer, like blowing out the water lines, cleaning out the fridge, making sure there's nothing in there that's going to attract rodents or pests. My trailer, the way she sits right now, I can park it in the fall and not open the door until spring. In fact, I've only been in my trailer once this winter so far, and I'm not planning on going back in there until the snow starts to melt. How heavy is the trailer at this point? I have not weighed my trailer since I brought it home, but when I bought the RV off the lot, it weighed 650 pounds. Then I added glass windows as well as the RV door, so let's make a rough guesstimate by adding another 500 pounds. So let's say it's 2,200 pounds the way she sat. And then of course I added, the bed and the wood from the bed and the countertop and a few things. So hey, let's overestimate and say 3,000 pounds, which is why I was totally baffled when a 6,000 pound towing capacity truck could not pull a 3,000 pound trailer. Wind resistance is a huge issue, especially when you're going highway speeds. How easy is it to pull at highway speeds? Well, I had a 6-cylinder engine. It pulled it very well on nice flat highway ground. It was very stable at highway speeds. The engine worked harder the faster you drove because of the wind resistance. However, the trailer was said to have been well within the towing capacity of the truck. But again, wind resistance did play a big factor. The trailer towed again very, very well. I wasn't really in any windstorms per se, but from how I towed it and what I towed it with, it did very, very well. Would I ever sell the trailer and trade up to something bigger, something different? Well, like I said, bigger is always better. And as I age, the older I get, maybe I'll want to have a bathroom with me. Maybe I won't want to cook outside, Maybe in the next 15 to 20 years, I will want to have more of a conventional RV. Something that I have it self-contained without all the fuss of having to drag appliances outside or do the 100-yard dash to the bathroom. Why did I buy one with barn doors and not one with a ramp? Well, a lot of people on the social media groups use their ramps as a patio, an extra seating area or even a bed type an area. Well, the reason why I bought barn doors was because if you bought one with a ramp, you have to have an extra 6'8" or so of room behind the trailer for the ramp to fold down. And some campsites that I've been in has been tight with the back of the trailer. I barely have 3 feet of room back there to open up the back barn doors, much less folding down a 6-foot ramp to have an extra deck back there. Maybe if you were going through like music festivals or like stock car races or whatever type of thing where you had a community group and you could camp out the back of your trailer and things were set up better. But most campsites nowadays are set up for your standard RV, which most standard RVs do not have a deck out the back. And as well as over time, the barn doors will give you less headache to maintain because those big fold down ramp doors actually have a torsion spring in them and a couple of cables similar to your garage door in your house that over time will break and need servicing. Well, come to the point of this here video where it talks about a little bit of money. How much am I into this trailer for at this point? I believe I paid close to $11,000 for the base aluminum trailer. the way she sat on the lot. Then I paid another $3,000 for the windows and the RV door to be installed in the trailer. And then I've probably spent another $300 to $400 of my own money, per se, if you want to call her that, doing the actual building of the trailer to this point. You know, buying the bed, buying the lumber for the bed, doing the brackets for the countertop, and the wood for the countertop. So that puts me out roughly at $14,400, which I figure is not bad when you consider the bulk of that cost was the trailer alone. And most pre-manufactured RVs about the same size are between, you know, $25,000 to $30,000. So you're getting I'm getting away from a lot of stuff that a person like me does not want in the RV trailer. Do I regret buying the cargo trailer and making the choices I did? Right now, at this point, I do not have any regrets about buying the trailer, buying it from the place, buying it the way I did, what I did. Everything's been great. It's been usable. It was usable the day I brought it home. Over time, I can change things, rip things apart, build it the way I want to build it, you know, have different ideas, and who knows what the future holds. You know, I might decide in 5 years to buy something different. It all depends what happens, how things go, and, well, it is what it is. Well, with the spring of 2018 here, the cargo trailer to camper conversion videos, I would like to start filming again, start working on them. It's going to be an interesting summer in terms of money to finish the build. However, again, it is still fully usable whether I work on it or not this year. I will try to make videos of the trailer when I can, but it all depends on how things go. Well, in closing, remember, this is your trailer. This is your build. These are your ideas. Don't let anybody tell you that you should do it this way and not this way. Don't let anybody tell you that your ideas are garbage, or that you should have bought a better trailer to start with, or you should have done it just like how they did it. In the end, in my opinion, the only thing that matters is that it is safe and that you are happy with the build. Some people take camping right out of the back of their truck. They throw an air mattress on it, and away they go. Some people like to camp in a tent. I'm not sure how they do it. I know I couldn't do it. I tried it in my younger years, and in my older years, I most definitely still can't do it. Again, do your build, do your research, make it safe, make it right, and if you're happy with it, in the end, that's all that matters. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.